Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of volume. This is standard 8.7a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 1 off the 2018 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a fish bowl, and it's shaped like a sphere. It's filled with water. The only measurement we're going to get is this diameter of 16 inches, and then we need to find a measurement that's closest, and it looks like we're kind of rounding all of these to our hundredths place, closest to the volume of water. So how do you find the volume of this sphere? Well, let me just kind of draw a sphere. It's always kind of hard to draw a three-dimensional sphere on a two-dimensional like drawing tablet or chalkboard or paper. So typically what we'll do is we'll kind of just draw a circle and draw a few kind of curved lines to kind of represent 3 dimensions. So we're trying to get the volume. That's the three-dimensional filling up of little imaginary cubes, how much it would take, and the only measurement we get is going to be this diameter of 16 inches. All right, so let's go to our mathematics chart. And let's look to see what our volume of a sphere formula is, because we just need to plug in the numbers. We're going to use our calculators. You're going to get this 4/3 pi r cubed. So that's the seemingly kind of strange or random volume of a sphere formula, but that's what we need. And really the only variable there is that radius. Everything else is kind of known, the 4/3, the pi, but they don't give us the radius. They simply give us the diameter. Remember, the radius is from the center out to the side. The diameter is from the side to side through the center, which means if our diameter is 16, our radius is going to be half of that. So you just take your diameter, you cut it in half, or you multiply it by 2. Same thing. And so we're going to call that 16 over 2. So that's a little work for us, is we've got to make that 8. So our radius is 8 inches. And so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of plug this in, but it can get kind of messy on the calculator. So let's just kind of do it a bit at a time. So let's just do this. 4/3 pi, and then let's just do the 8 cubed. Let's just break it down a bit at a time. So 8 cubed does not mean that we're doing 8 times 3. It's not 24. Remember, 8 cubed means 8 times itself 3 times. So 8 times 8 times 8. That's what that means. So we can do that separately on our calculator if we want to. We can do 8 to the power of 3. If you know how to do that on a calculator, that's great. If not, you can do 8 times 8 times 8. Either way, you're going to get 512. All right, so now we just need to multiply these 3 things. 4/3 times pi times 512. Now this 4/3 is a little bit tricky. So you've got some options there. Since we are estimating, you can go ahead and just convert that to a decimal, right? It's 1.3 repeating is really what it's 1 1/3. Or you can just say, 1.3333. Once you get enough decimals, it kind of doesn't matter. Or you can rewrite it like this. You can say this is, and you can actually take this right here, this 4, multiply it by pi, multiply it by 512, divide everything, and kind of split up that fraction like that. Either way works. For simplicity, let's just go ahead and kind of replace this 4/3 with this 1.333. So I'm going to multiply that 1.3333 times my pi. Most of us have a button for pi. If you don't have a button for pi, just call it 3.14. And that's going to be 4.18868 is what I have. Let's multiply that by our 512. So this is 4/3 times pi is going to equal that right there, and multiply by our 512, and you're going to get 2144.66, and our answer here is A.